problem people have with, so-called Western imperialism, but are we really going to see like Finland and Jamaica stand up and lead some kind of intervention to save the people of Iran? It just so happens to be two countries and a third regarding Britain who do have existential threats. When you
I love how people are using this term existential threat these days. An existential threat is a threat to the existence of your whole state. Gaza there's an existential threat there. 2 weeks into this bombing campaign, Omid, and you are still supporting it, even though it's not even going to work. So even on its own terms, it is a disaster.
These are the messages we feel are more important than, Israel is wrong and Donald Trump's a madman.
Trump is a madman. And Israel isn't just wrong. Israel is a genocidal state.
About at the moment is what the balance is of people who think.
Yeah, but we don't know what the will of the people is, do we? I mean, how many people are supporting the Iranian state? I would perhaps estimate about a third of the population and about a third against it. So if you stoke up a civil war, the best thing you're going to get is a civil war. But I don't even think that's going to happen, because I think the Iranian state is going to remain intact.
They've always been anti-war. I can't stand war. I think it's a terrible thing. And the fog of this cancer they're trying to lance, it's not just a boil. It's like a mafia cartel. It's many, many different levels. And if the way to get rid of them is take out the first I don't want to sound like a warmonger, but
You are a warmonger.
So are you left as somebody who is anti-war and feels for all victims of war?
Is Omid someone who feels for all victims of war? I'm pretty sure that he was just characterising a huge chunk of the country as zombies and a cancer, and he was joking about them also in Saudi Arabia. Does it really still count to be anti-war if the only anti-war thing you ever did was oppose the Iraq war? I think that's starting to get a bit ridiculous now. There have been many, many wars that many, many people could have been much, much more vocal about going on in the past quarter century. I think rocking up in February of 2023 onto the streets of London is kind of neither here nor there.
We talk about sanctions with Iran, and I've always said, giving them sanctions, you're expecting behavioral change, and they haven't changed for 47 years. It would be like being attacked by a bunch of zombies and asking them politely to consider a vegan diet. This is a group of people who will not change. But so to answer your question, yes, if it meant getting rid of them, the people of Iran, not me, the people of Iran saying it's a cancer, and if it's painful and we've got to go through it, we're prepared to go through it. It's not about being right or wrong. Human rights is human rights, and we cannot politicize this.
But you are politicizing it. Every single sentence is politicizing it. I don't celebrate anyone dying. I really don't. I would never do that. But if this regime are gone and we have something else for the people of Iran, which they deserve, then yes, I will be celebrating. So will you be celebrating the death of these people or not celebrating? It's a complete contradictory bag of bullshit, this. I find this approach to political commentary particularly nauseating, because he's hiding behind a bunch of people who he says he is representing, but he's saying, oh, it's not me, it's just them. Well, in which case you are still taking sides. And are you not prepared to accept the consequences of what that is? Because the consequences will be, for a start, probably them losing, the people you are supposedly representing, probably them being killed en masse. The more likely outcome is that by supporting this bombing campaign by the United States of America and Israel, you are going to perpetuate, and have already perpetuated, a massive regional war. And actually, to go further than that, and I know this takes a little bit of imagination, but
if you care about Israelis, you should be opposed to this war. I really quite dislike people jumping on a bandwagon and dressing it up as empathy when they already know explicitly that it's empathy for one side in a conflict that can only escalate. It's posturing. It's just posturing. And it's angering to see it, but it's also frightening to see it, because people who are desperate to put across how empathetic they are in a war scenario are just joining one side of that war.